Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Fox Ridge Philately. This is episode 9, and it is Saturday, October the, what is it now, 20th? I'm guessing, top of my head. Beautiful sunny day outside. I was out for a couple nice walks earlier today, and this afternoon I'm picking away at some organizing here for my stamps. Tomorrow there is a stamp show. The Nova Scotia Stamp Club is putting on its fall stamp show or stamp fair, and that's in the city of Halifax, Dartmouth, on the Dartmouth side of the city. About an hour and 15 or 20 minute drive from here. And I'm putting together some items to put in the auction. I thought you might be interested in seeing what some of those items are, and I'm also taking in some items that I'm hoping to either sell or trade with a dealer or two there if there's any interest in some of the items, some of the higher value items perhaps. Several of the items here for the auction are ones that I've gone through and taken what I wanted from my collection, and these are, of course, are extras, and we all tend to accumulate extras at some point, I'm sure, in our collections. What you're looking at here, sorry for the shakiness, this is handheld, and my phone is having trouble focusing, so I'm trying to get a little closer than I typically would. But what you see here is various sheets of just what it says, United States early, and some more recent higher values. You just see those down there on the lower right, and they're all lined up here in the sleeves, and there's some nice airmail stamps in there. There's actually quite a bit of value, catalog value in here, and I want to say a couple $100 of catalog value sitting there. And the starting bid, I'm saying, is $8, and I'm hoping we'll start there and go up. Of course, it'd be nowhere near a couple $100, but if I can even maybe double or triple the starting bid, I'd be happy with that. So I plan on putting that in on the auction. And I had actually got this at that same stamp show about a year ago or so, and I took what I wanted from it from Ireland, and now I'm putting it into the auction for a starting bid of $5. So the pages are 1922 to 1991, and there are some stamps in it, but most of it is just the pages themselves. You see there's a sprinkling of stamps, and they are hinged. I think there's a couple near the back that are not hinged. They're on hingeless mounts. But if you're a person who collects Ireland, which I do, but these are all duplicates for me, this might be something of interest. I suspect many of you are not close to where I am. Let's see, there's some nice value there too. But yeah, if you're in the area and watching this, perhaps you want to come by the show tomorrow. And this is 1980s. It's all in glassines, postal gas glassines, and saying starting bid of $5, and it's all organized by year, and I think catalog number too. So you see there's multiples of each stamp in here. They're all used, but they're all off paper. Very well organized. Not by me. This is the way I got it. And I got to 1989, I believe, maybe go into 1990, I'm not sure. But there's hundreds of stamps in here. Great fun if that's something that you like to dive into. So those are 3 of the items I'll put up for auction. And I'm kind of curious to see what happens with this one, whether it's of interest to folks or not. It is a Davo album. You know I like my Davo albums. This is an extra Davo album to me. You can see the pages. It's Great Britain, 1840 to 1989. There are stamps in it, and they are hinged. And the earliest stamp is 1887, and the most recent one is 1989. And the album itself is worth considerably more if you were to purchase it than $40. And there's the front of it. I do have Davo albums of Great Britain that are hingeless. You see there's actually quite a lot of stamps in here. And there's little value in those very common stamps. But it's a great collection for somebody, and there's a page of Machins, Continue on back through, and of course there's fewer and fewer the farther back you go. Those are nice ones. I always like that beauty there. And regional issues, but there's nothing in there. And there's some of the 1989 ones. Got that listed as a starting bid of 40. And a couple other items for the auction. Very good lot. You can see it says on the box, I did not write that. I did put the price here. There was a higher price on it originally. I didn't actually take out much from here. There's quite a lot of catalog value in here again, and it's fun, right? If you like to poke through and see what treasures you can find, I think a starting bid of $10 is more than reasonable. I don't put high starting bids on mine my lots if I'm putting anything in an auction. There's some nice higher value Canada stamps there, the polar bears, because I'm just really looking to offload, and I'm not looking to make tremendous amount of money. Again, that's not why I'm in the hobby, but any of the money that comes back from sale of the auction or from items to the dealers, I'll likely be putting right back into stamps anyway. So to help feed the habit, help feed the hobby, and I can use that towards items that I need or am wishing for my collection. So yeah, great fun in here. Some on paper, some off paper. It's a nice one. The $8 Grizzly. It's actually a beautiful stamp, same as the others there, the polar bear and so on. Like the animals, the higher values. There's a bag of higher value there. Higher value bag, etc. And then the last auction item is a pack of Great Britain presentation packs. Earliest is 1971 on top, right up to a 2018. There's 31 presentation packs, and $10 is a more than reasonable starting bid for that. Really at 31, a couple bucks each, they're worth more than that alone. A couple bucks each would be $60 value. But, if I get 20 or 30 bucks for that, that would be lovely. And yeah, I can put that back into stamps or maybe into my gas money too. You know, gas is not cheap these days. What we have here are the items that go in to see if there is a dealer or two that are interested in what I have for trade or for purchase. George V stamps here, several pages of them. You can see the catalog value, so $4.50 each. And the Scott number is up top if you want to look it up. These are all canceled, but some nice cancels too. So if you collect cancels, this would be of interest. Continue on through, and then 152, and I've got 154 and 158 in here. So catalog alone, these add up real quick. And there's the 158s at $4.75 each. Some really nice cancellations on some. So those are, they're into collecting postal cancellations of Great Britain. That would be of interest. And these two boxes are just what they say here. Great Britain Use 100 to, I think that says $8.99. So these are sorted, excuse me, on 102 cards, all organized. And there's a lot of catalog value there. Some early stuff especially, and then the more common commemoratives as you go along. I did actually pull out the Machins from these two boxes. I've never been a Machin person. It's a little bit overwhelming for me being a beginner to intermediate collector, and it wasn't something that was of great interest. But recently I had watched a YouTube video by one of my favorite YouTube philatelists. That's Ken's Stamp Collection. You should check him out. And it really piqued my interest in Machins because he does an excellent explanation of the Machin series. I thought, yeah, okay, I kind of get this now, and perhaps I'll dig into it a little bit. And also on Instagram, I think it's Dutch Philatelist, who has an interesting ongoing Machin project too, which I thought could be a lot of fun. So I'm hanging on to the Machins for now. I've got a lot of other Machins in other spots, and we'll see if one of the dealers is interested in a dealer stock of 102 cards of Great Britain. This is 800 to $15.99. And I actually haven't added up the value of these. It'll be a lot of work to add up the value. I could ballpark it perhaps, but they could do a probably better job than I could on that. And then in here, I've got some Canadian, a lot of value there in Canadian, and continues on back. And then Faroe Islands, which I do collect, but these are all now duplicates of mine, and they're all in mint never hinged condition. These are brand new stamps. Nice stack of Faroe Island stamps. Beautiful stamps they have, and I think they do a nice job with their issues. And I would love to travel the Faroe Islands someday. Pretty hard to get to, but it looks stunning. And here you can see some of the early Canada stuff. Excuse me while I flip back. Some back of the book. Right on through. And then some of the earlier Canada as well. There's, again, a lot of value. I did add up the value here for the Canada and Faroe Islands stamp. So I know the catalog value is sitting in here, and I know it's significant. I'm not expecting anywhere near, but if we could work out a deal, because these really are of no use to me anymore. I've taken what I'd like, and I could use that towards growing my collection in other ways. So perhaps I'll let you know either in another video or else in an Instagram or Facebook post how I make out. Whether I give an exact dollar figure or not, I'm not so sure, but I could let you know if I feel it was successful or not. Looking forward to the day tomorrow and to seeing some folks, seeing some of the dealers that I know, and some of the fellow stamp collectors that I see at meetings or at the stamp shows as well. Hope you're enjoying your hobby as well. Take good care.